Public transport now, these lines, the green, orange, yellow, multiple colors of the spectrum, unki lines jo hain, they are popping up across Pakistani cities. I think Lahore was one of the pioneers in this. There's one in Peshawar. Is there one in Islamabad slash Pindi?
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is. And
yeah.
Karachi mein, there has been one zamane se under construction. Is it done?
Yes, the green line is up and running.
Acha, acha. So,
Yeah.
have you seen all of them?
So I've seen all of them except the Multan one. There's one in
Acha.
Multan
Oh,
as
there's one
well.
in Multan
So I just,
also.
yes, Multan also has one. That's the only one I haven't used. And now Islamabad has like 3 or 4 new ones. There's one that goes all the way to
Oh,
the airport. So I'll
oh
be going
wow.
hopefully next week. I can't wait to
Right.
try that.
Right, right.
Uh,
Are they all, so
uh,
then they all function the same way, where there's a segregated line और उसके अंदर बसें चलती हैं?
so almost all of them, not 100% all of them. The Islamabad one में जो 2 additions हुए हैं, those are not on segregated lanes.
अच्छा.
That's in normal traffic. The ones in Karachi, so Karachi में the green line is segregated, the bus rapid transit, but this new people's bus service is not segregated. It's on normal roadway. Peshawar में भी there is a core trunk line, but उसकी जो feeder buses हैं, they sort of come and merge in it and so on. So they've got a, what you call third generation BRT, which is flexible. So
Right.
not all of them are segregated busways.
Right, right, right. So these cities are also all very different in terms of like, their histories, construction, layout, the sort of people that live there. Do you, how has your experience been in the ones that you've used? Do they all seem to be working? Is there all seem to be like a good takeoff from the population? How has your experience been on these lines and in the cities that they are made in?
Yeah, the cities might be very different, but उन सब में the need for mobility is constant. These
Yeah.
are large cities.
Yeah.
छोटा कोई भी शहर नहीं है इसमें, ठीक है? I mean, you're spread out over a large area. People will need to move from one place to the other.
Yeah.
Invariably, हर cities में business and opportunity work is concentrated in certain areas, and people live in other areas, and poor people live further away from the city.
Yeah,
They're pushed
yeah,
out on the edges.
yeah.
In a lot of cases, obviously exceptions हैं हर जगह
हाँ.
पे, ठीक है? So the need for mobility is constant. Okay? Now, none of these lines came out of the blue. Almost all of them have had years of study and
Right.
research behind it by mostly donor agencies, international agencies, and so on. Karachi case mein, you've had studies dating all the way to 1952,
Yeah.
and then revised in the 70s, and then again we did a whole set of studies in the 90s. Then JICA ne aake 2012 mein dobara, from 10 to 12 or whatever, they did a whole set of studies. Or if I've only looked at the Karachi ones, they all build on each other. So हमेशा जब करते हैं, they look at the previous ones, which is why some of the contours of these proposals are consistent across decades. Okay? So I don't know so much about Lahore. I know that Lahore में जब इन्होंने की थी, they also built on previous studies and so on. So ये जो 4 लाइनें हैं, it's not new, right? और अभी LDA आगे भी बनाएगा, 2 लाइनें भी नहीं बनी हैं, 2 बन गई हैं, 2 नहीं बनी हैं. So ये नीड, अच्छा, अब क्या नीड कांस्टेंट और नीड की जो फॉर्म है, क्या वो ये लाइन अगर आज गुरु मंदिर से जा रही है तो कल क्या वहां जरूरत नहीं होगी? आई डोंट थिंक इतना हार्ड एंड फास्ट है. श्योर यू शुड अपडेट योर स्टडीज. अगर वो 20 साल पुरानी हो गई है, आप नंबर्स अपने दोबारा देख सकते हैं एंड सो ऑन, ठीक है, कि वहां पे एग्जैक्ट नीड क्या है एंड सो ऑन. कंजेशन शिफ्ट हुई है तो इतना हमारी अप टू डेट चीजें नहीं होती, बट आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ दिस इज वेल प्लान्ड. You could argue कि बस क्यों बनाई, ट्रेन क्यों नहीं बनाई, इस तरह की चीजें आप बिल्कुल आर्ग्यू कर सकते हैं. या बस महंगी बनाई, ये सस्ती बन सकती थी, ये बिल्कुल पॉलिटिकल कॉन्वर्सेशंस है, एंड आई थिंक वी शुड हैव दोस कॉन्वर्सेशंस. Definitive answer नहीं आएगा आपके पास. There's always trade-offs and you make choices depending on what's available, donor कितने पैसे दे रहा है, किस चीज के दे रहा है, and so on, ठीक है. और पॉलिटिकल एक्सपीरियंस ही क्या है, देखिए, बनाना पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप का ही काम है, ठीक है. वही उसके लिए पैसे देगी. अब वो जिस तरह से फ्रेमवर्क में देखती है कि भाई मुझे ये 2 साल में कंप्लीट करनी है वर्सेस मेरे पास 8 साल हैं, those are all political questions, and I think you could argue endlessly on that. And so in my experience, it is not surprising that wherever they've been built, there has been significant uptake. Right. Now, someone can come and say that 1.5 lakh people is not enough. इस पे तो 6 लाख होने चाहिए. And in other city they could be like, नहीं, तो देखिए 2 लाख तो बहुत अच्छी population है जो use कर रही है. This is all meaningless. अगर आपके लाख 1.5 लाख लोग एक सिस्टम पे यूज कर रहे हैं रोजाना एवरी डे, दैट्स लाख 1.5 लाख प्राइवेट ऑटोमोबाइल्स ऑफ दोस रोड्स. ठीक है, that's less pollution, that's less congestion, that's less public, that's less individual money spent on fuel. सबसे बड़ा तो ये ना कि हम सारे जो है वो अपने प्राइवेट उसके लिए फ्यूल खरीदते हैं जो कि हम इंपोर्ट करते हैं. So and that's a big, that's a big problem right now. So except Multan, where I haven't seen it, I don't know how it is being used and stuff. Lahore में it's heavily used, the BRT line, orange line, obviously वो launch हुई थी COVID में, उसका uptake was slow. There was a lot of criticism is received for that, but I don't know what I think the problem is none of these agencies, because they're all sort of politically, driven. Because, पीछे political ideology थी. They are not transparent about their usage numbers. They're not transparent about their budgets and all of that stuff. These should be public agencies who should release their budgets, and so we can have honest conversations. ठीक है, बंद नहीं करना किसी को. I don't think none of these should be shut down. Sure. We spend far more money on subsidizing steel mills, PIA, other state-owned agencies that benefit even fewer people. So, I don't think इतना डर खौफ होना चाहिए कि अगर 2 billion rupees का सब्सिडी दे दी एक बस लाइन को तो वो बंद हो जाएगी. Like, calm down. There are people who are going to use it.